Some breaking news from Lower Manhattan now. Sean Diddy Combs will not get out of jail on bail.
A judge just denied him bail now for the third time.
The breaking news, Sean Diddy Combs will not be getting out of jail anytime soon.
We made a bail appeal, Judge Carter. It did not go our way. The fight continues. We're not giving up by a long shot.
The empire of Sean Diddy Combs is crumbling, and the headlines are no longer about platinum records or sold-out shows. Instead, they're dominated by chilling accusations: racketeering, sex trafficking, witness tampering.
But I don't know if I indulge and understand what I was even looking at.
On the eve of Thanksgiving, a bombshell decision shook the entertainment world. Diddy was denied bail, left to face these staggering allegations from behind bars.
Combs has been charged with RICO conspiracy. The indictment alleges that those individuals facilitated the freak-offs. They booked the hotel rooms and stocked them with the supplies, including drugs, baby oil, personal lubricant, extra linens, and lighting. They arranged for victims and commercial sex workers to travel for the freak-offs, and they delivered large quantities of cash to Combs to pay for the commercial sex workers.
What led to this shocking turn of events? And how deep do the cracks in his empire run? This is a story of power, secrets, and a fall from grace that the world can't look away from. Racketeering, sex trafficking, witness tampering.
That have played a huge part in me seeing their relationship with Jesus.
Popped out the town car with a camera and said, yo, Puff, you gotta let me film this. The whole thing, we need to document this, Playboy.
These are the words sending shockwaves through the entertainment world as Sean Diddy Combs faces the fight of his life. Once a celebrated icon of music and culture, Diddy now sits in federal detention, grappling with allegations that paint a deeply troubling picture. On Thanksgiving Eve, a judge's decision delivered another crushing blow: bail denied. This ruling has left many asking, how did it come to this? And what does this mean for the man once known as the king of hip-hop?
The judge's ruling.
I talked to you about that breaking news before the break. We are just learning that a judge has denied another one of rapper Sean Diddy Combs' requests to be released on bail.
Judge Arun Subramanian's decision to deny bail wasn't just another legal formality. It was a calculated response to mounting evidence and a series of damning allegations. The hearing lasted hours, with both sides presenting their arguments. On one hand, Diddy's defense painted him as a family man and cultural icon who deserved a chance to fight his case from home.
Happy birthday to Daddy.
My birthday, I'm happy. Thanks to y'all giving me this call. Thank you very much. I love y'all.
Love you more too. Can't wait to see you in a couple of days.
I'll see you in a couple of days.
Say it again.
What you say?
I love you, Daddy.
Yeah.
I love you too, baby.
On the other, federal prosecutors presented a starkly different image. A man at the helm of a sprawling criminal enterprise who would stop at nothing to protect his empire. The judge's ruling was clear. The seriousness of the charges, combined with evidence of witness tampering and Diddy's history of evading accountability, made him too great a risk. Subramanian highlighted that no amount of money or conditions, including house arrest or 24/7 private security, could mitigate the dangers his release posed.
The allegations, a criminal empire unveiled.
Detention center. His attorney says he won't be in general population, but instead in the special housing unit. That's where El Chapo spent some time. A second judge today refusing to grant Combs bail for concerns about possible witness tampering.
Someone's presumed innocent, so you're presumed that you get bail. Not in this kind of crime.
At the heart of the case lies a web of allegations that prosecutors argue stretches back decades. Federal authorities accuse Diddy of running a criminal organization that leveraged his vast business empire for nefarious purposes. This wasn't just about shady business deals. It was about lives ruined in the pursuit of power and profit. The indictment paints a grim picture. Diddy is alleged to have orchestrated a series of freak-off parties where women were coerced into sexual acts under threat of violence. Prosecutors claim these parties were part of a broader pattern of abuse, with Diddy using his influence to intimidate and control those around him. Beyond the parties, the charges include racketeering, forced labor, and even arson. Each accusation is a piece of a larger puzzle that prosecutors say reveals a man who placed his empire above all else.
The 2016 video and text messages.
One of the most compelling pieces of evidence is a video from 2016. The footage, published by CNN, shows Diddy allegedly assaulting his ex-girlfriend Cassandra Ventura in a hotel hallway. In the video, he appears to shove, kick, and drag her. It's a harrowing visual that prosecutors have used to highlight his violent tendencies. tendencies. Text messages between Diddy and Ventura further corroborate these claims. In one message, Ventura describes a black eye and swollen lip following an altercation. She writes, "You are sick for thinking it's okay to do what you've done." Prosecutors argue these exchanges reveal a pattern of abuse and manipulation that extended beyond their relationship.
Witness tampering and obstruction.
If the allegations of violence weren't enough, evidence of obstruction has further weakened Diddy's defense. While in custody, he allegedly used unauthorized means to contact witnesses. Prosecutors presented evidence that Diddy engaged in three-way calls, utilized other inmates' phone accounts, and employed private messaging services to communicate with key individuals in the case. One witness, subpoenaed to testify before a grand jury, reportedly received unexplained communications from Diddy. This behavior raised serious concerns about his willingness to follow court orders. Judge Subramanian noted that such actions not only violated prison rules, but also demonstrated a blatant disregard for the judicial process.
A defense under siege.
Diddy's legal team has fought tirelessly to secure his release, proposing one of the most restrictive bail packages ever offered. Their plan included a $50 million bond, home confinement with private security, and complete isolation from the outside world. No internet, no phone calls, and limited visits. They argued that Diddy's status as a global icon made him an unlikely flight risk. Why would a man with so much to lose jeopardize his legacy by running? They also pointed to other high-profile cases, such as that of former CEO Mike Jeff, who faced similar charges but was granted bail. But these arguments failed to sway the court. Judge Subramanian highlighted key differences, noting that the allegations against Diddy involve violent crimes and a broader criminal enterprise. The proposed security measures, he argued, would still place significant trust in individuals hired by Diddy, individuals who could easily be influenced by their employer.
The stakes for Diddy.
For Diddy, the stakes couldn't be higher. The charges he faces threaten not only his freedom, but also the legacy he spent decades building. The man who once dominated the charts and redefined hip-hop culture now stands accused of using that same influence to exploit and harm others. If convicted, Diddy could spend the rest of his life in prison. The evidence presented thus far, from the video footage to witness testimonies, paints a damning picture, and with prosecutors hinting at additional charges, the legal battle is far from over.
What happens next?
With bail denied, Diddy's legal team has limited options. Their next step will likely be an appeal to the Second Circuit Court of Appeals. However, overturning Judge Subramanian's ruling will be a monumental task given the weight of the evidence and the detailed reasoning behind the decision. Meanwhile, prosecutors are continuing to build their case. They've indicated that more charges could be on the horizon, potentially complicating Diddy's defense even further. The trial, when it arrives, promises to be one of the most high-profile legal battles in recent memory. The denial of bail is a turning point in Sean Diddy Combs' legal saga. The allegations against him, from racketeering to sex trafficking, have shocked fans and critics alike. As the case unfolds, it raises profound questions about power, accountability, and the dark side of fame. What will the future hold for Diddy? Can his legal team mount a defense strong enough to counter the mountain of evidence against him? Or will this case mark the end of one of hip-hop's most iconic careers? The world is watching, and the stakes have never been higher. Stay tuned as this explosive story continues to develop.